get some spinach and Swiss cheese and some cream because I'm out of that. Oh, and mushrooms. And because my favorite Mennonite store is closed on Sundays, I'm going to have to go to the dreaded Walmart. I am headed out right now. Like I said, it's Sunday. Got my little list. Yay! And I'm gonna head out, and later I will start the lesson. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better this time and have success rather than my failed pumpkin pie. So wish me luck today, guys. I'm heading out, and it's gonna be a good day. It's a pretty day out. Rock on. All right. Okay, pictured here, you will see I have shallots, garlic, Swiss cheese, pumpkins, acorn, squash, spinach, butter, and a baguette and Swiss cheese. These are all the ingredients I'll be using in my stuffed pumpkins to make a stuffed pumpkin, spinach, and mushroom. I guess that's all we're gonna call it. Stuffed pumpkin, spinach, and mushroom. So these are ingredients, plus I'm gonna add nutmeg and salt and pepper. Okay, I'm going to do a little prep work before I get started. Pretty much dicing and slicing and shredding of these things. It called for shallots, which I didn't know what a shallot was. I should. At 52 years old, I should know what a shallot is. Did not know what it was. Apparently, it's like a small onion. That is a shallot. It says to thinly slice a shallot. So, I'm going to probably not thinly slice it. I'm probably going to, depending what it looks like when I open it up, I'm probably going to dice it like I would a clove of garlic. And I've got a little cute little thing that does that, if I can find it. Anyway, since I found my little garlic dicer, I'll demonstrate what I do with those. Okay, so apparently a shallot is like a mix between an onion and garlic. I have no idea what I'm doing, so anyone watching this, if you're rolling your eyes, I can't blame you. I'm going to treat it like I would an onion. I'm going to open it up that way. But it's kind of cloved like garlic would be. So, I said to thinly slice it. So, I'm going to thinly slice it. Just for the record, I hate onions. Okay, I'm not going to waste the whole video doing this, so let me pause this for a minute. Okay, so the recipe calls for 2 shallots thinly sliced, which I've shoved over to the corner of my very large cutting board. This is a gift from my dad, by the way. It was one of the best Christmas gifts he ever gave me. This cutting board's awesome. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get some garlic and dice it up. It calls for a couple cloves of garlic. And give me a moment and I'll get that going and we'll show you that. And then we're going to set that aside too. Because I want to get these prepped before I start the actual cooking process. Okay, the recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic. Now, garlic is usually much smaller than this, but I like garlic. So I bought the mammoth garlic, which, true to its name, is mammoth. This is just 1 clove of the mammoth garlic. See how big that is? So, okay, hold on, I'm mixing my papery stuff with my clove. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into pieces that are manageable. And you're like, oh my god, what do you mean manageable? Okay. You'll understand when you see what I'm going to do with it. It says to dice them, or mince them. Well, I don't have tools to mince. I have this dollar store find. See, it's very nice. Mince is beautiful, but it's a bitch to clean. So you just put these in here like this. And you got minced garlic in the bottom. See? It's minced. Let me get these done real quick. And we'll move on to the next step. Alright, the recipe calls for 8 ounces of mushrooms. I bought a 16-ounce pack, so I guessed about half of those. And I'm going to slice these what looks like 8 ounces to me, and slice those up and put them in the bowl with my minced garlic. Oh my god, dogs. Okay, now we're ready to slice the mushrooms. Now that I got rid of the dogs barking. They didn't say how thin or thick to slice them, so I'm just going to go with my normal as if I was cooking for myself. You see, I got about 100 of these today, so we're going to do that. And then we'll pick up with my next step. Okay, the recipe calls for one of those demi baguettes that is stale. Okay, all I could find was a take home and bake full-size baguette. So I took it home and baked it and cut it in half. Then I cut it in half again. I'm going to lay it out flat for an hour or two so it kind of stales up. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I guess I could stick it in the oven so it dries out and toast up, but I don't know. I'm just going to leave it lay out for a little bit and let it dry out while I get all my ingredients together and hollow out the pumpkins and shred the Swiss cheese. Hopefully that'll help, but maybe stick it in the oven so it'll dry out some more. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just going to try something. My recipe calls for 2/3 cups of shredded Swiss cheese. As I was saying, my Swiss cheese needs to be shredded, but like everything else in my house, my cheese grater has gotten 2 feet, walked away, and has mysteriously disappeared. Fortunately, this set of bowls that I bought a few months ago has this really cool cheese grater installed. So we're going to give that a whirl and see if that'll work. If not, I'm going to have to go down to the store and buy a new grater because I need shredded cheese. Alright, let's see how it works. Okay, that is for zesting. I know somebody who would appreciate that. It's for zesting, like lemon zest, orange zest. But good news is I found my grater. Alright, next step is to melt 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. I use unsalted butter for cooking, and easy to measure. The sticks actually have the measurements right on the side, so I've already got 2 tablespoons out. They're in the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and melt those. Then we're supposed to go ahead and put in the shallots once the butter's melted and stir those up until they look soft, and then add the garlic and mushrooms until the mushrooms are brown. And after that, we get to add spinach. How exciting is that? Okay. Not really sure how to tell when they're soft, so as I stated before, I am not an onion lover, so cooking onions is not exactly what I like to do. Okay, I know onions add flavor. They add to every meal, so I'll add them in because this is a little soft, don't they? Okay, I don't want to brown them. I'm going to go ahead and add the... They're pretty stale, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it up and dice it and then throw it into my bowl of shredded Swiss cheese. That's 2/3 cup is what it's supposed to be. I know that's more like a cup and a half, but hey, whatever. I always overdo it. Right, now they say to add a half cup of heavy cream to it. I'm using Great Value heavy whipped cream, so that's my go-to. Generic all the way, baby. Okay, add that in. Okay, Next step I'm going to need 2 hands for. I'm supposed to add the mushroom and spinach mix to it, to this bowl. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this down while I do that. So I'm going to shut off the camera while I add that to it. And then I'm going to mix it all up. Okay, I decided to do acorn squash along with this. So if you've ever cleaned out a pumpkin, you know how stringy they are. Acorn squash are not like that at all. They're very easy to clean. Okay, the recipe didn't call for it, but I did salt and pepper the insides of each of the gourds. I guess pumpkin's a fruit, but regardless. I also salt and peppered the tops. Now I'm going to take this mixture that we just did up, and I'm going to fill each of these with that mixture. Then I'm going to set them in a shallow pan, probably like a cake pan or something, with it's lined with parchment paper. And we're going to stick them in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Alright, I'm a little concerned. It didn't tell me to put anything on the pumpkin itself. So I just did the salt and pepper. I'm wondering if I should butter it. I'm guessing not. I'm going to put that on there. We're going to put it in for an hour, and then it says to take them out after an hour, take the tops off, and then bake for another 20 minutes. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, these are complete. They've cooked for an hour and 20 minutes. They look delish. I'm going to try one and see how they go. I hope they go well with the Cornish hens that I'm cooking. Should go well with the dinner. Doing Cornish hens with wild rice tonight. Bert, of course, won't be able to take the wild rice. I'm going to try the, it's probably going to be really hot too. I'm going to try the wild rice and, oh, this is going to be hot. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Oh, nice double chin, Heather. Oh my god, that's good. Okay, I think we got a win here. It's pretty good. All right, guys. Stuffed pumpkins with mushrooms and spinach. We got a winner. Okay, here's my follow-up. Oh, my hair's a mess, but whatever. Who cares? So what we did stuffed pumpkins. It's stuffed with mushrooms and spinach. Okay, I actually did stuffed mushrooms and acorn squash. I did 2 pumpkins, the little pie pumpkins, and 2 acorn squash. What should contents are salt and pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of butter. We know I used 4 because I did too many mushrooms. 2 shallots, thinly sliced. 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. I obviously used too many mushrooms. 1 clove of minced garlic. 1 5-ounce package of baby spinach, 1 stale mini baguette, 2/3 cup of shredded Swiss cheese, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Oh my god, I forgot the nutmeg. Oh well, doesn't seem to make a difference. At least not to me. I'm sure it'll only enhance it if you use it. And a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Set the oven to 350. Well, we know what I did. You know, we put all that in there. That is going to go great with the Cornish hens I'm making tonight, and I'm going to add wild rice as the side dish, and everything should be pretty tasty. Of course, I made these really early because I didn't know how they were going to turn out, so I'll probably have to rewarm them in the oven a little bit. Probably set them at, probably about 200, just to keep them warmed up. But Cornish hens are cooking right now, and yeah, this one's a winner. Yay! Gotta redeem myself over that failed pumpkin pie I did. So, alright, thanks. Until next time. Thanks.